Hi, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at 8 pieces of very valuable vintage technology that could potentially make you a lot of money. Now you might want to have a look in your basement or in your attic, because if you have any of these pieces of retro technology, they could really make you a tidy sum of cash. So in no particular order, here we go. Coming in at number 1, sealed Nintendo cartridges and sealed Nintendo game systems. Now, of course, many old game cartridges aren't worth much. In fact, many of them are pretty much worthless. But some are very valuable. A copy of Nintendo Mega Man sold for $75,000. And also a very rare Super Mario Bros. Game also sold for $100,000. So again, cartridges and systems that are still sealed tend to fetch the most money. Coming in at number 2, Leica Cameras. Now, Leica is often considered one of the top brands of cameras in the photography world. And if you have pretty much anything with the Leica name on it, it's probably worth something. Now, just to give you an idea of how treasured the Leica brand is, a Leica 1923 O series number 122 sold for nearly $3 million. But basically, if you have anything that has the Leica name on it, again, it's almost a given that you can make some money off of that, some very good money. Also, some other notable cameras that are very much sought after on the secondhand camera market include the Leica M6 or the Leica MP. But again, if you have anything with the Leica name on it, chances are it's worth something. Coming in at number 3, the PlayStation 2. In particular, the Snow White version of the PlayStation 2. Now, the Snow White PlayStation 2 looked very much like the standard version, but this one had a very glossy, pure white finish. Less than 700 of them were sold in each region, and they can easily fetch $1,000 each. Coming in at number 4, the Commodore 64 personal computer. Now, the Commodore 64 was introduced in 1982, and this was one of the best-selling home computers ever made. It revolutionized home computing. Now, I will mention that you should be sure to check out an upcoming video I'm going to be posting on the history of the Commodore 64. And I will mention that if you have one in mint condition, it can easily sell for around $1,200. Coming in at number 5, a Graflex Flash unit. Now, many people who collect vintage photography equipment are familiar with the name Graflex and are familiar with the Graflex Flash unit. But, curiously, it's often not camera collectors who are interested in this Graflex Flash unit. It is Star Wars fans. Let me explain. Way back in the 70s, when the first Star Wars film was being made, it was made on a very modest budget, and the prop master had to find something that could be used as a lightsaber. Well, after scouring some secondhand shops in London, the prop master found some Graflex Flash units, which were then modified to be used in the film as lightsabers. And these Graflex Flash units are very, very much in demand on the secondhand market. And again, many of them are being bought by hardcore Star Wars fans. Coming in at number 6, the realistic MG1 synthesizer. Now, this is certainly not a classic synthesizer and certainly not a high-quality synthesizer, but nevertheless, it is definitely collectible. The MG1 was actually manufactured by Moog Music to be sold in Radio Shack stores. And there's actually a graphic in the Radio Shack catalog from that time showing Elton John holding a realistic MG1, which is quite odd because Elton John never actually used this synthesizer on any of his songs. Basically, if you can find the MG1, many synthesizer enthusiasts are very happy to collect it. Now, this synthesizer was manufactured in 1981, and it was sold by Radio Shack between 1982 and 1983. Now, brand new, these sold back in the day for about $500 each. Now, on the secondhand market, they can easily fetch between $800 to $1,200. Now, one thing you have to be very cautious about, inside the MG1 was this foam. And the MG1 is notorious for this foam rotting over time. And many people have had to open them up and clean out all this rotten, nasty foam. So, beware. Coming in at number 7, tube amplifiers. In particular, Fender amplifiers. Now, it goes without saying that just because an amp is old and just because it has tubes, it's not necessarily valuable. However, if you have an old Fender amplifier, chances are very good that it is valuable. Just to give you a couple of examples, there was a 1958 to 1959 Fender Twin, a very classic tube amplifier, and this one can easily sell for between $11,000 to $14,000. Also, another classic tube amplifier by Fender, sold between 1958 and 1960, was the Fender Bassman, and this one can sell for easily $9,000 to $11,000. And finally, coming in at number 8, sealed Atari game cartridges. Again, sealed cartridges can be worth a lot. And as I mentioned with Nintendo cartridges, many of these games are not valuable at all. In fact, some of them are pretty much worthless. The Atari 2600 gaming console is not rare, but a sealed one can sell for a load of cash. And in terms of games, the rarest game is called Red Sea Crossing. And for many years, it wasn't even known that this game actually existed. And this game, if you are lucky enough to come across one, is valued at over $10,000. So that's my look at 8 pieces of classic technology that could make you a lot of money. Thank you for watching. Hope you can join us again next time. Please subscribe to the channel. I post tech videos every week, and we'd love to have you join our family. Just click on that little red square in the bottom right corner. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.